Two huge games in college basketball Monday, February 23rd. I've got the winning side for both of them coming your way right now. Buckle up, Jack. You're in the jungle. Off the jump, it's our daily sizzler. Now, it's a very small slate in college basketball, and only two games tickle my fancy. So the sizzler is in the game between Houston minus 1.5 at Kansas. Let's break it down. Kansas got hammered, got pimp slapped at home by Cincinnati Saturday by 24 points. And Kansas is arguably, the Fog is arguably the most difficult venue to play at for opposition in all of college basketball. The team didn't look right, and Darren Peterson didn't look right. Hold on to that thought. Kansas hasn't lost back-to-back games at home since 2006. 20 years, if my math is correct. Kansas hasn't lost back-to-back games at home in 20 years. They lost their last home game. Let's look at the other side. Houston has lost 2 straight games to Iowa State by 3 and to Arizona by 7. But Houston hasn't lost 3 straight games since 2015. Something has to give here. And I think what breaks, what gives, will be Kansas's home winning streak. Exhibit A. Kansas is volatile. There's a ton of drama around superstar Darren Peterson. It's been building and building, and it finally showed on the court Saturday in that loss to Cincinnati. And if you don't know, if you're unfamiliar, look it up. Look up Darren Peterson, Kansas, all the drama going on. They're volatile and they're unpredictable. That 24-point loss to Cincinnati as a 10.5-point favorite, home favorite, is head-scratching. Exhibit B. Kansas has a few, not just that, a few head-scratching losses. They lost by 13 to North Carolina. We can excuse the Duke loss. They lost by 5 to UConn. We can understand that. A head-scratcher to West Virginia, losing by 11 and blown out, doors blown off, by Iowa State at Iowa State by 22. And just recently, Saturday, of course, the Cincinnati game that I've mentioned to exhaustion. Exhibit C, Houston is stable. I know what I'm getting with the Houston Cougars. And as bettors, we are investors. And we want to invest our money in known commodities, not volatility. Look at Houston's losses. They lost by 3 to Tennessee. They lost by 4 to Texas Tech and by 3 to Iowa State, who just demolished Kansas. And most recently, the game to Arizona. All those losses are understandable, but most importantly, they played how we thought they were going to play. They showed up how we thought they would arrive. I know what I'm getting with Houston. They're the better defensive team. They'll have the better defensive effort no matter whom they're playing. They have arguably the best coach in college basketball, and a brand of play that I can be certain of, and defense travels. So not only is the stability of Houston a much more bettable commodity, it's far more likely that Kansas loses its second home game with a soap opera-like dramatic situation with Darren Peterson and the volatility of their ups and downs than Houston loses 3 consecutive games. And at the very least, I can be certain that Houston will be in the game and not get blown out. I can't say the same for Kansas. Houston minus 1.5 is today's daily sizzler. Now, here's the best part about it. As you know, if you're familiar with the channel, and if you're not, I'll tell you now, mybookie.ag is a partner of the show. It's one of the biggest and best online sports books that there is. It's not an app, it's a website, mybookie.ag. And they're boosting Houston minus 1.5 just because you're a viewer of the jungle. So after 2 p.m. Eastern time on Monday, if you go to mybookie.ag, okay, and you go to partners picks, go to Houston in this game minus 1.5, the odds will be boosted just for you, okay? And that's the only place that you'll find the best odds for that bet. mybookie.ag, partners picks, Houston minus 1.5 after 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. If you don't yet have an account, even better. And here's why. Open up a new account today with mybookie.ag. Make sure to use promo code SILVERBACK, all caps. And And if your first bet doesn't hit, it's refunded up to $500. A perfect time to use your first bet, the boosted odds with Houston, with your first bet with mybookie.ag with the guaranteed refund. Guys, you can't beat it. Now, before we get to Louisville, North Carolina, one more item of business. If you follow me, I'm a Big East savant. For some reason, I love Big East basketball, and I'm 8-0 this season in my Big East bets. Huge game, as you know, on Wednesday, St. John's at UConn. I have what's called the Jungle 11. 7 spots have been filled. We have 4 left. The link for it is in the comment section. Sign up to be one of the Jungle 11. You'll get, and only you will get, my bet for that game. But here's the best part. Some guys say if it misses, you get a free. No. We want to cheer for it. If it hits, right? You sign up for the Jungle 11. If it hits, you get a free month membership. Not only do you win the bet, but you get a free month membership in the Jungle, all my bets, every sport, every single day. Best deal around. Link is in the comment section. So now we're looking at Louisville minus 3.5, opened at 2.5. Now it's 3.5 at North Carolina. There are 3 storylines in this game. Storyline number 1, North Carolina is without superstar Caleb Wilson, who has a fractured hand. They're 2-1 without him straight up. Their lone loss, they were blown out on the road at North Carolina State. They beat Pittsburgh at home, and they beat Syracuse pretty convincingly on the road without him. Storyline number 2, superstar Mikal Brown has been back for Louisville. And since he's been back, they've gone from a fade team to a bet-on team. He's one of the best players in the ACC. Storyline number 3, Chapel Hill edge is real. It's the real deal. North Carolina is undefeated on their home court this season, with or without Caleb Wilson, including a win over Duke. Duke's only loss of the season. They just beat Michigan, as you know. The home court is significant because Louisville has been overpriced on the market on the road. The Cardinals are 1-4 against the spread on the road in their last 5 road games. Do I think North Carolina can win? Maybe. Possibly. I think it's a coin flip. But what I do know is that they won't get blown out at home at Chapel Hill. That's North Carolina. That's the program. That's Tar Heel basketball. It doesn't happen at home. So I anticipate a close game. And in such a situation, I want the 3.5 points. North Carolina plus 3.5 is the play in Louisville, North Carolina. Have a great day, Jungle Nation. Put your opinions on these games in the comment section. And I'll see you tomorrow with a little more money in your pocket.